Let's talk social media. This video did not go the way I had planned. Hello everybody, it's Maia, the owner of Illusion Elixirs, and this is Gomez, and today I am going to be showing you my social media content strategy. Let's see what is trending over on Instagram. I just asked ChatGPT to help me with content, call to action content. I have an idea of what I want it to look like. I'm thinking like a simple, almost like classical music. I noticed a type of post that does really well is drama. Yeah, if you say like, oh, this terrible client, or like, this is a terrible event, maybe if something really awful happened to me, then I would say something. There's been a time where I literally lost money. It could be like inspirational for people to hear that. I could show me using the oils. I feel like content with my face, or just like people just want like that personal touch. Number 3 is a useful fact, and I'm going to use Canva for this one. I have a Canva that I already built. Okay, this is when I go to ChatGPT again. Makes my life easier. People say not to use it. I'm going to use the tools that make my life easier. I'm going to use them sparingly because of how much they hurt the earth. Like, I understand the cooling, especially as a small business owner. I need to outsource tasks. Day 1 did not go well. Not go well at all. I had all these different ideas in mind. And I tried out so many different ideas. At first, I went onto Canva and used a template that I had already had to create an informational post about lavender. But I decided I didn't want to use that. I have like hours of footage of me just grunting and mumbling. So then I made a spell. Sometimes I'll just show like me making a spell. I feel like that could be fun. So we have this world here. I want my social media to do well. I feel like that's so attainable in this day and age, and it's something that I do regularly. Like, it would just free me up. I was thinking maybe the dice, because it's like almost like a luck thing, but it's really not a luck thing either, because it's hard work, dedication, having a strategy. Like, people get paid for this, you know? We just want our social medias to do well so that we can spread more love to the world, and just on a bigger platform. Know that our message will be perceived and received with love. I want people to wake up when they see my content. I want them to be inspired. That is the number one word. I just want them to be inspired. You can just use money oil on the go, flourish on the go, luck on the go, and say, I want my social medias to grow. I think this just shows you how much social media can be difficult, you know, can take you in different directions. I was going to make a spell and I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Okay, go in that direction. So then I tried to make another infographic, and this did not go well either. Excuse me. I decided that I'm going to post an infographic about how to use my oils instead of the lavender posts that I created. I don't feel like TikTok really cares about infographics that much, so if I am going to post an infographic, I feel like it has to be something that really is useful for my business. One way to use them is a travel sized perfume, roll-on oil based. Okay, and then another way to use them is a reminder of an intention that you set. Okay, and then another way to use them is during a spell, during a ritual. What are you doing? Okay, you can use them as aromatherapy. Okay, aromatherapy. Take a moment to breathe. I think that's pretty much it. Gomez, what are you doing? Hi. Hi. Okay, let me put some motivation on. Hi. You're so cute. You're so silly. It's gonna be probably Instagram post size. Potentially it could be a square, but I think I'm gonna go with Instagram post size. Hopefully that's good for all of the apps. We will see. At first I was trying to cut it out and I didn't like the way that looked. So then I couldn't get it to not be blurry. It was so weird. It was driving me crazy. I've never had this problem, but there was something wrong with my photo. So then I tried to take it into PixArt, and PixArt doesn't have good enough fonts for me. So it was just this whole runaround. And it's like, I consider myself to know a lot about these apps, but something can always come and throw you off. This is the reality of social media. I am literally frustrated. It's a creative thing and it just takes a lot of effort. It's like I haven't even got one post out and I've already done so much work. You know what I mean? And it's like, will this even bring me money in the long run? But you just have to keep doing it and keep going, because that is marketing in this day and age. It's just like, sometimes you just want to like beat your head against the wall because you've been working and it just doesn't feel like it's flowing naturally, especially for me, because like I said, I do try to just think of something and upload that day, and that's really not the best way to have a social media strategy. I actually worked with a free business mentor, and she basically told me I really need to be thinking about my social media ahead of time. And I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to like switch the whole way that I think about social media and everything, but it's not easy. I feel like I need to take a break for a minute and come back to this. It will come to me. It will come to me. I needed to vent, okay, and now I feel better. I need to figure out, I don't have like a font. Like my font was typewriter font, and then I realized that like typewriter font is just not that easy to read. Like I need a font that's actually easy to read. Okay, so I just ended up improving the clarity because no matter what I did, I guess maybe I could try converting it to a PNG, but at this point I'm giving up, and I just want to use Canva because they have more text options. I feel like I have a good start on this finally. Oh my god, I really thought I would never get something useful going here, but it definitely feels right finally. So I finally finished this infographic. And I wish that I would have got Steve's opinion first, because he says it was too many words on the screen. And now I look at it and I'm like, he's right. They should be big words because it's a picture that goes on Instagram. And then in the description, it should tell you the things that I wrote on the post. I think I'm going to post a video about money and using either my money oil or cinnamon powder on your money so that you can double it. So I might post that instead of the infographic I was making, just because that was taking me forever. I can post that on a later day. I finally made a post that I actually feel like posting. Now I'm going to post the video that I made to all 4 apps, okay? So let's start with TikTok. You all can see what the back is. My name is Sophie. I'm a witch who was excuse me. Hi, Sophie. Upload. So on day 3, I set up a fake order. I hit my head many times off the desk this day. It looked really nice. I took a bunch of photos and videos, and I'm just really glad I did this. I'll definitely be able to use these over and over and over again. I created a couple posts with this, and I ended up posting. I'll show you all that at the end. I also used videos that I got earlier this week from going to the Botanical Gardens for these shots of Flourish. Get ready for some more contentception because I am about to be filming myself making some more content. I'm going to set up my essential oils and make them, and then I will show you all me filming the short, because the last short that I'm going to be making is a behind the scenes short. So on day 4, I carried out normal tasks for my business. I created Perfume, and as you can see here, I ended up having to move the camera because I didn't like the way that looked. Footage that I did end up getting for this is really nice, and I was happy with how it turned out. And I'm just about to show you what all of the finished products end up looking like. Let's review how the post went. You get so distracted. You just get so distracted when you're trying to make content. And honestly, I've just been so burnt out after this whole process. I went to make the infographic post, but I actually ended up making a different spell video because I got frustrated with the infographic. It's all coming back to me now. So the first day, on Instagram, I posted this witch tip. Do you want to double your money using magic? One of my favorite and simplest spells is to use cinnamon on my money. You can use cinnamon powder, use pumpkin pie spice. Of course, my favorite way is to use money oil from my brand, and we can go ahead and put a little bit of money oil on, and then I would put some on my hands, and then I would just rub it onto the money. Let me add a little cinnamon powder. Woo, that's a lot of cinnamon powder. Let me add a pyrite, another pyrite, and a malachite as well. Lots of cinnamon powder. Rub it on here. Get it nice and good. I like to put what I want my fund to be for. I'm going to Japan in September, so I put it on there, and then I would just put it in here, and I would shake it up, and I would leave it somewhere very safe. Oh my god, can you believe that? It looks like it doubled already. I'm just kidding, guys. I know money is super tough to come by sometimes, and I saved for a very long time because I had this trip in mind, but it is fun to do spells. I hope you enjoyed this witch tip and that you'll try it yourself. Love you all. It got 34 likes. I think a couple comments as well. It got 865 views over on TikTok. One thing I've realized about all of these apps is they all pause in different ways. They all just have completely different functions. So it got 85 likes over here, and on YouTube it got 9 views and 1 like. Did not do well. It got 1 comment. It's crazy that something that was so popular on the other ones just didn't do well on YouTube. So that's the thing, I feel like different types of content do better on different apps, and that's something you can really see from this. And I feel like I've come to realize that the cover is very important. So this got 12 views and no interactions on Facebook, even though I have 718 followers. Who knows why? I really feel that TikTok is the most active. I feel the most amount of people are on that app, and I feel the most interactions from that app. Even if you have a smaller audience, you can reach further distances on TikTok, I feel. I feel like YouTube still prefers longer form videos, but it is emerging. It is emerging. It's just a very clunky back end to YouTube. I feel that people really appreciate informative posts and entertaining posts. I think that people really appreciate having my face and my energy in the video. So if you are a small business, just consider that you kind of do have to be your own personal influencer. You could go mysterious and just show your hands, or you could choose to have other people talk about your products or your services. But at the end of the day, I think it really will be easier for you to maintain a social media if you are okay with having yourself and your voice at the forefront of your business. For day number 2, let's start with Instagram again. So I did this infographic. There were too many words on this post, I feel. My boyfriend reviewed this for me later, and he definitely is right. He also knows a lot about graphic design, and I would have put all of this in the description if I could go back and probably just put larger things like anointing oil, law of attraction tool, travel size perfume, because you want to be eye-catching. So you don't want too many words. And this got 6 likes. And did it get any comments? No comments. I feel like this is a very informative post. It's just a nice overview. I think it's a good thing to have just on my page so that people understand. I think it looks pretty good. Like, I think I did an okay job, but it definitely didn't perform well. And that's the thing. That's the thing. You never know. You could put so much effort into a post, but that doesn't mean it's going to bring you money. That doesn't mean that it's going to bring you new followers. That doesn't even mean it's going to bring you a bunch of likes or comments, really. So, you know, social media is one of those things where you have to do it, but sometimes it hurts, and there's downsides to it as well, because you put a lot of effort in and you don't know the outcome. So you just want to make sure that you're understanding trends. Right now, I know that carousels are really popular. Maybe I could try something out like that. But I do feel that there is an importance to flowing with what feels right to you. And at the end of the day, I don't feel this post really feels right to me. I don't really feel that it fully encapsulates my brand. And I don't even feel that it fully encapsulates whimsy. Whimsy probably should have been in a little fairy door or something. I should have been dancing. You know, I should have really tried to capture the essence of the perfume itself. And sometimes, even though it is about your customers, you still have to be true to yourself and your brand always. That's going to make sure that you maintain customers that you already have and attract the right people for your energy in the long term. Okay, let's go over to TikTok. How did this perform on TikTok? This got 156 views on TikTok and 6 likes, 2 saves. But, I mean, that's not very good. I don't feel TikTok knows a lot about what my oils are because I choose to do a lot of tarot readings over there. So I'm glad to have that. Just because it doesn't perform well doesn't mean that it doesn't hold an importance. You know, it's nice that people can come to my page and understand that. Let's view how it went on YouTube. Oh yeah, I remember what happened. On YouTube, I had to do it as a post, and it did not go well because for this post, it had to be square. And for YouTube as well, it's very short description. You barely have any words that you're allowed to have in there. I only got 1 like. I had to cut this really short because they only allow for squares. Instagram has moved away from squares, but YouTube has square posts. So that did not perform well at all on YouTube, and I can understand why. It's not really like for YouTube. It doesn't really seem like it suits there. And I wouldn't really post infographics on YouTube because YouTube feels really more like an entertainment area for my business. And on Facebook, this got absolutely no likes. We can view the insights. I don't even think it got any. Oh yeah, it got 26 views. That's just terrible. It's too bad. It's too bad. You know, you put all that effort in and it doesn't mean much. I feel like people really want more entertainment than information, and if they do want their information, they want it entertaining. Starting with Instagram again, I took a lot of effort to make this video about Flourish. I went to a botanical gardens, but I was hoping to get a video of Flourish with lotus flowers, but I haven't even been able to find lotus flowers. So I went to the botanical gardens and I set up a whole package that was not for anybody. It was just for the post. It was definitely a lot of work and it did not do that well. It's 9 likes and 202 views. I don't know why I thought this would do well. I feel like it needs a better cover. I feel like that's something I've really learned from this whole thing, is that covers are very important to the reel, and maybe we should be taking photos or like putting words on a photo, maybe in another app like Canva, just so that we have something that looks extremely professional and that's not an afterthought. I still think this is a beautiful video and I love Flourish, so I'm happy that I did this. Let's see how it performed on TikTok. It got 148 views, 6 likes. It just didn't go so well. I probably should have put more text on the screen. I'm really starting to realize that having something to read on the screen is something that gets me to continue watching videos, and I want to make sure that I'm doing things that I would watch. You know, that's a good way to gauge if your video is interesting. And I don't think I did that well on this video. I think I could have done way better job. And I think I can use this footage later anyways. On YouTube, it got 78 views and 1 like. Just didn't do well. Just did not do well at all. And finally, over on Facebook, it got 1 like and 26 views. I feel like Facebook is dead. At least my Facebook. TikTok is very much more lively. The last post that I made is the behind the scenes post. BRB, making your perfume, and it just shows me putting all of my oils out. This got 16 likes. I feel like people really like sped up content. I feel like people really like behind the scenes content. Yet again, people really like videos with me in them. Even if I'm not talking, just my face, I feel like that does pretty well on Instagram. Over on TikTok, that same video got 255 views and it got 17 likes, 1 save. I feel like TikTok is just more alive. I feel like even with a lower number, there's just more people viewing it and the algorithm is pushing out smaller creators. This is where things get a little bit weird. This same video over on YouTube, I don't know where this came from. 2,200 views, 9 likes. Even with the crappy font that I had to choose because YouTube does not have good fonts, it did well, even though it's not cropped well because YouTube was really making it hard to crop things. YouTube is not the easiest to use for shorts. I just like editing things on my own. It's not easy to find good sounds on YouTube either. I'm doing the final edit of this video and I finally realized why the YouTube video got so many views. And it's because, yeah, there aren't that many trending sounds, and I use this trending sound of this guy that like dances. God, I love when that guy dances. But yeah, that's why, because the trending sound is important. There's not that many trending sounds on YouTube, so the trending sound got picked up. It's just more difficult to use, and yet somehow the algorithm picked this one up. That's great. I love it. I don't think that I did a very good job of sending the people to go to my website from here. You know, maybe put illusionelixirs.com on the screen at the end. Something like that. I always get worried about putting things like that on the screen because I worry that it could throttle my views. Maybe, you know, now that they have kind of AI detecting, I'm not sure. I've also been going live on TikTok, and I actually made like $3 or something from going live just by doing free readings. So I thought that was an interesting thing to note as well. Last and very least, that's for sure, Facebook. Facebook's not it. 41 views and 1 heart. This is why I just automatically post from Instagram to Facebook. Facebook has not been worth my time. It just does not work well with me. Maybe you want to have a few close friends and offer like a service. That makes more sense for Facebook. It just doesn't work for me. I don't think I'm going to be focusing on it anymore. So what have I learned from this whole experience? What I've learned is that social media is hard. And I think anybody that is watching this video knows that it is difficult. And it takes a lot of creativity and a lot of trial and error and keeping up to date with things. It's easy to burn yourself out, take breaks, do things that are more relatable, more easy for you to do. Go with the flow more. If planning things out like this whole experience has been for me doesn't work for you, then don't plan things out. Talk to the camera like you're on a FaceTime call. Having the right tools, I have this stand in the back, having 2 phones even has been really useful for making this video. You could get millions of views even. I saw a girl that said that she got 223 million views on a video and it didn't change her life at all. Not at all. And it's the same with all of the videos that I made this last week, because I didn't get a single sale. No, and you have to keep making this stuff and making this content not knowing where the sale could be. I haven't had a sale on my website in months. I think it's been since April or May, actually, that I have had a sale of a physical product. I recently added doing tarot at parties or doing private tarot readings on my website, and I have had one person sign up for a party. But this just shows you that you can put in all this effort and all this effort and all this effort, and that doesn't mean that you're going to get a sale. But the thing is, would somebody really book from me for my tarot readings if I didn't have a following, or I didn't have videos that explained what I do, or like make it easy for people to find me on different platforms? I think having a website and having this is so important, even if it's not used all the time, because having my website on my products and having a place where you can go and find more information about my products is so important to me. I would love to get more sales on my website. I really would. I would love that. I don't think that I do the best job with my social media content, really driving people to illusionelixirs.com to buy perfume and jewelry. I don't think I do the best job with that. I just kind of make the content and hope that they will do that, where really you kind of have to guide people. I really want to focus on what works for me. And to me, that means that on Instagram, I kind of just post where I'm gonna be and posting what I have in stock, because I feel like people just go to my Instagram to find out where I'm gonna be or what I have in stock. The spell video did do really well over there, so I do feel like people do appreciate content like that. I want to mostly focus on going live on TikTok because it did bring me in money. And I want to make videos like that spell video, post them cross-platform. I'm really hoping that my YouTube, my creations will take off, but I posted a long form content about painting this week and it got like 22 views. So you could put all this effort in and think that you have something, and it might not bring you the money, it might not bring you the views, but to the people that did view it, it is important. And just know that you're always building your brand's repertoire with the world by posting content. You have to just keep doing it. Even if it doesn't seem like you're doing it right, just keep doing it and keep changing and bettering your content by figuring out what other people do, not copying, but getting inspiration from. Just keep going. It isn't always easy. Social media is tough. It takes lots of tweaks. It's always changing. You have to do what is right for you, what feels right. Go with the flow of creation, because at the end of the day, it is a creative thing. And a lot of the times it's showing yourself to the world. So you have to get through the hurdles of how you show up and how you speak in front of a camera and things like that. And that takes time, and it's okay. So don't get too discouraged when your videos don't get a lot of views. It might not be the right platform for you, or you just might have to tweak your content a bit. That's all. It just takes time. Just keep going. It's important to have those posts up there so people know who you are. And I hope you found this video informative and interesting. If you're interested in buying my essential oil blends or my jewelry, please check out illusionelixirs.com. Please like and subscribe and comment if you found this video helpful, and just tell me about your business. I never really saw myself as somebody that would be in front of the camera like this, but I had to push myself to do it because it's what I felt internally guided to do. I used to use social media in such a destructive way where I would just hyper obsess looking at myself and my flaws, or comparing myself to other people, and taking this on as like a business perspective and having fun with creating with it really helped me to grow and feel better about the way that I use social media. But I want to use social media less and less, and just more creatively and more creatively, because doom scrolling is just not it. I enjoy like an hour, maybe 30 minutes at the end of a very long day, but if it's more than that, I just feel like I'm wasting my time. But at the same time, I want to support other creators out there. So there's just like a really tough balance. And I just feel more drawn to long form, informative, entertaining content. And I just love you all so very much. Thank you all for being here and watching. Bye, everybody.